Do you know that Government of India launched its Look West policy in the year 2005? It was 1 year into the Manmohan Singh government and this policy was launched to integrate with West Asia. West Asia has three major stakeholders and the policy aimed at integrating with all of them. Who are these three major stakeholders? Number one, the Sunni countries. Bahrain, UAE, Oman, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, countries like these. Second major stakeholder is the Shias, that is Iran. And the third major stakeholder, the Jews, that is Israel. One peculiar feature about West Asia is that all these major stakeholders, they are in conflict with each other. The Sunnis are in conflict with the Shias are in conflict with the Jews, and the Jews are in conflict with the Sunnis. And amidst this conflict on all the legs, the Look West policy aimed at establishing strategic balance of India with all the major stakeholders. And in order to establish strategic balance with all the major stakeholders, one such country which came into picture was Oman. Oman is part of the Sunni bloc, but yes, nearest of all the countries to India in West Asia. In 2008, India and Oman established their strategic partnership. Strategic partnership is a multi-dimensional partnership, we know that. And one of the compulsory dimensions is defense cooperation. It was not like India and Oman were starting their partnership in 2008. Formal diplomatic ties between India and Oman were established way back in 1955. We can say that the formal diplomatic ties which were established in 1955 were upgraded in 2008 in the form of strategic partnership. And this partnership had to increase further with time. Fast forward to 2026, 1st of June 2026, the India-Oman Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which is the highest form of a free trade agreement, has come into effect. Means overall economic partnership is set to deepen between India and Oman. But yes, in this video, we are going to look into overall ties between India and Oman, and we are also going to look into the challenges which are existing in our relations with each other. And in the end, we will discuss way forwards and we will end this video. I am Arpit. I am a faculty for International Relations in Khan Global Studies. So let's get started with the video that is about India and Oman ties. You see the location of Oman. This is West Asia. Oman, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, countries like these. And this country, Oman, is definitely in the vicinity of India. This is Strait of Hormuz. Very crucial choke point. The choke point from which around 20% of the global energy flows. Then this is Bab al-Mandeb. This is the Red Sea. And here we have Suez Canal. It was not available on the map, but yes, you can, visualize it. Again, a major, I would say, trade route in the world. Around 12% of the global trade flows through this Bab al-Mandeb and the Suez Canal. And Oman is in very much vicinity of the Strait of Hormuz, and I would say vicinity in the Bab al-Mandeb. So its location is very crucial for India. And it is important for ensuring India's energy security, because a lot of energy imports India does from this entire region. Now, apart from energy security, Oman is also important from one more perspective. That perspective is Sagar. Sagar is security and growth for all in the region. Region is Indian Ocean region. Now, since Oman is very much integral part of the Indian Ocean region, so the policy of India, that is Sagar, definitely is applicable to Oman. Security and growth for all in the region. Growth is economic growth. Now, why was this policy launched, Sagar? This policy was launched to counter China's rise, or increasing influence of China in the Indian Ocean region, where we wanted to give this confidence to the countries in this region that we will ensure your security and we will also ensure your economic growth. We will not lay you in debt traps like China is, although nothing was explicitly mentioned. We simply said that we want to be the net security provider. We will not take away your security. We will not put you in debt traps. In fact, we will build you as a nation, economically and in terms of security. So Oman is very much part of the Sagar policy. So we will view Oman from these viewpoints. Now let's get started with this. The political relations between India and Oman. As I mentioned, the diplomatic relations between both the countries were established in 1955, and they were elevated to strategic partnership in the year 2008. There have been regular high-level visits. Like you can see, this is the Indian Prime Minister visiting, Oman in the year 2025. This picture has been taken in December 2025, and mind you, this was not his first visit to Oman. In 2018 also he visited Oman, which simply highlights the fact that Oman is of very much importance to us. Somewhere in 2016-17, the Sultan of Oman also visited India. So yes, high-level political engagements are there. They are happening between both the countries. Joint commission meetings also happen. Strategic dialogues and foreign office consultations, they also happen. India and Oman, when I talk about multilateral organizations, they are part of multilateral organizations like the United Nations, Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA stands for this, and Indian Ocean Initiatives. Since, as I said, that Oman is part of the Indian Ocean region, so it is part of various multilateral organizations also existing in this region. So this is the level of political relations we are having with each other. Now in 2008, remember, we established strategic partnership with each other. Strategic partnership simply means that you are having multi-dimensional partnership with one of the compulsory dimensions as defense partnership. Defense partnership means you are having defense trade, or you are having defense exercises, or you are having various agreements like intelligence sharing agreements, or logistics agreements with each others. And yes, we are having multiple, I would say, domains in defense ties with Oman. We do multiple exercises like joint military exercise Al Naja. This is done between the armies of both the countries, and this pic you are seeing is the pic of exercise Al Naja between India and Oman. Then Nasim Al Bahar, it is a naval exercise. Air Force exercise Eastern Ridge. Okay. There are regular defense staff talks. Military training and capacity building is also there. Indian Army provides training to the Omani Army. Then hydrographic cooperation is there, means surveys in the oceans. Ocean mapping, we can say. And maritime domain awareness agreement is also there between India and Oman. Defense trade is at very minuscule level, hence there is a lot of potential over there which can increase with time to come. Strategic importance of this country, Oman, for us. So there is this port in Oman which is called as the Dukm port, and you see its location, it is over here. And as I mentioned earlier also, that Oman is in vicinity of Strait of Hormuz, a choke point in global trade, and over here is Bab al-Mandeb, another choke point in the global trade. Bab al-Mandeb leads to Red Sea, Suez Canal, and then Mediterranean Sea. And our navy has access to the Dukm port. So Oman provides access to the Dukm port, which supports Indian naval deployments and logistics in the Western Indian Ocean. In short, India's naval presence is there at the Dukm port. It not only increases India's presence in the vicinity of these choke points, but overall in the western part of Indian Ocean region, our presence increases, which is helping us to counter China's presence in the Indian Ocean region. Then Oman is part of, or I would say is amidst various sea lines of communication. Sea lines of communications are imaginary highways in the oceans, trade routes through which trade flows. So this is one such trade route, another trade route coming from Bab el Mandeb, and Oman is over here. So western SLOCs, they pass through the vicinity of Oman, we can roughly say. So this is what we needed to know. Then talking about economic partnership. Last fiscal, the trade between India and Oman was $11.1 billion. And it is not like it is the highest level of or highest amount of trade happening between both the countries. I think 2022-23, the trade passed $12 billion. Ups and downs are there. But yes, trade between India and Oman in the last 10 years or so have remained between this range of $10 to $12 billion. But with the signing of CEPA and coming it into effect in June 2026, this figure is expected to rise. This figure is expected to rise because Oman has allowed access to duty-free exports by India. 99% of Indian exports to Oman, duties are eliminated. Means no import duty on the Indian goods going to Oman. And vice versa is also true. India has also reduced tariffs on Omani imports into India. As you can see, CEPA has come into force on 1st of June 2026. Now, what are the items of exports and imports? Let us see this also. Engineering goods, food products, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, machinery and textiles. These are the major exports from India to Oman. Imports from Oman, it is but obvious, crude oil, liquefied natural gas. These two had to be there. Fertilizers, again, this is also quite commonsensical because for making fertilizers, one of the core requirement is natural gas. And these kind of energy products are amply available with Oman. Petrochemicals and other minerals. Both of the countries have done strong investments also in multiple domains like energy domain, infrastructure domain, logistics, manufacturing, and tourism is also being promoted. So these are, I would say, the list of exports, imports and investment. At times UPSC in prelims asks you such kind of questions, especially when a CEPA is coming into force. So these lists become important. Connectivity and infrastructure. Now this is very, very crucial. See, in 2023 G20 summit, which was hosted by India, India announced India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. And you know what it looks like? India, that is western coast of India. It will go to UAE, then from UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel, and then to Europe, Greece, and then Italy also is part of it. And further France is also part of it. Okay. You cannot see, Oman over here. And that is why I have mentioned that Oman is a future prospect in India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. Where is Oman? Oman is over here. This red outline which I am drawing is Oman. With the events unfolding in the Strait of Hormuz, it may be difficult to reach this Jebel Ali port of UAE in Strait of Hormuz if the tensions continue to exist. Then Oman shall come into picture, and from Oman we can go to UAE, we can go to Saudi Arabia and then continue this. That is why I am saying that Oman is a future prospect in India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. Apart from India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, we cooperate in ports, shipping, logistics, multimodal transport and digital connectivity as well. CEPA has been signed. CEPA is Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Whatever projects we will undertake, we can undertake as partners in each other's countries. So, it is expected that on all these lines, our partnership with Oman will deepen. Next is cultural ties. Around, I would say 6.5 to 7 lakh Indians are there in Oman. Indians are everywhere. India has the biggest diaspora in the world. Around 200 countries in the world have Indians present over there. Oman hosts over 6 lakh people. It is somewhere around 6.7, 6.8 lakh. And this is basically 20%, roughly 20% population of Oman. This is the Indian Prime Minister. When he went there last year, he was meeting with the members of the Indian diaspora. They are engaged in various activities like education, tourism, yoga, Ayurveda, cultural exchanges, and they are contributing in the economic development, overall economic development of Oman. There are Indian schools over there which are teaching CBSE curriculum, and they contribute in strong societal links. So yes, the Indian diaspora is extending our culture in Oman. Few temples are also there in Oman. So yes, there is historic, trading community which expatriated from today's Gujarat. So yes, overall, I would say that presence of Indian diaspora is very much significant for India. So till now we've seen multiple domains in which we are engaging with Oman, whether it be economic, strategic, political, or for that matter cultural or people to people ties. Now let's just sum up the overall, I would say, significance of India-Oman ties. Oman is a gateway to the Gulf and West Asia. We saw the location. Oman enhances India's maritime security in Arabian Sea. Duqm port. Our naval presence is enabled over there. Then it supports India's energy security since we import petroleum products, we import LNG, liquefied natural gas from Oman. So definitely it is vital in India's energy security. It strengthens IMEC and regional connectivity. It can be a future prospect in IMEC. It can give an alternate route through which we can bypass the Strait of Hormuz via Oman and enter into UAE or Saudi Arabia, and then from there continue on our traditional IMEC. It counterbalances strategic competition in the Indian Ocean region. And in the Indian Ocean region, competition is with China. We are talking about China over here. Yeah. And it is helpful in promoting regional peace and stability. Regional peace and stability in the Indian Ocean region, regional peace and stability in West Asia, where all the major stakeholders are in conflict with each other. So yes, this is the overall significance of India-Oman ties. But yes, no relation in this world is complete without challenges, whether it be relations between two individuals or between two countries. And hence there are challenges between India and Oman as well. Now, challenge number 1, regional geopolitical instability in West Asia. As I told you, in West Asia, there are 3 major stakeholders: the Sunni countries, the Shia countries, and the Jews. Israel over here, Oman, Saudi Arabia, UAE, all over here, and Iran over here. And they are in conflict with each other. And this conflict is causing geopolitical instability in West Asia. This is obviously a challenge because India believes in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. India engages with Iran, India engages with Israel, and India engages with the Sunni countries as well. Now, if India's engagement with Israel and Iran, they rise, then there can be challenges between India and Oman, because Oman is part of the Sunni bloc. So yes, this is a very, I would say, complex situation for India. But yes, Indian diplomacy or Indian brand of diplomacy is like this only. Then dependence on energy trade. Dependence in any form is not good. So we are dependent on, countries like Oman for our energy imports. Competition from other regional economic partners like China. Again, it is a major challenge. If China, wants, it can go into inroads. It has a lot of money. It can invest in infrastructure, and we will be sidelined, or we can be sidelined. So yes, we are facing competition from China. And last challenge is global economic slowdowns. Global economic slowdowns obviously hamper our overall trade or our overall engagement, I would say. So these challenges definitely shall be tackled. But what should be the way forward? First point I mentioned is explicit inclusion of Oman in IMEC. I mentioned a couple of times in this video that Oman is not an explicit member of IMEC, that is India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, but yes, it is a future prospect. So explicitly include Oman in India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. And it is not like the IMEC is a reality. IMEC still is a concept. It is not yet, started. Forget about completion. But yes, since it has not yet started, at this point only, if we try to include Oman, we will reduce our dependence upon choke points like Strait of Hormuz. Then deepen engagements in critical technologies like mining of rare earth elements or nickel, cobalt, all these kind of things. Renewable energy. Oil boom is getting over, or it is on a decline. So yes, countries are moving towards non-fossil based options, and India has taken significant strides in this domain. So definitely we can help Oman. And digitalization also. Again, India has taken strides in digitalization also. Here also we can help Oman. Seek welfare of the Indian diaspora in Oman. So welfare of the Indian diaspora in overall West Asia is a big question. And yes, we can engage with the government of Oman to ensure social security benefits for our diaspora who is working in blue collar jobs largely in Oman. Then promote connectivity infrastructure like petroleum pipelines from West Asian countries like UAE and Saudi Arabia to Oman. What will this do? This will reduce the dependence on Strait of Hormuz. How? Through the map we can see, it will help you better visualize it. So see, here is Oman. It is Sohar, a very important city in Oman. So from UAE we can construct a pipeline which can be extended back to Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia, UAE, currently they export oil via the Strait of Hormuz. This is Strait of Hormuz. They can create a pipeline. This is just, I would say, imaginary. They can create a pipeline which will go from Saudi Arabia, UAE to Oman, or from here we can go to Duqm port also. If we go to Duqm port, completely we bypass Strait of Hormuz, and from here we can come to India. In this context also, Oman is a very, very crucial country. And the entire world is suffering due to this crisis which happened in Strait of Hormuz. And hence, the location of Oman has increased its importance for the entire world. We, as a natural partner of Oman, definitely have an edge, and by increasing our presence and increasing our overall ties with Oman, we can definitely be an early, I would say, beneficiary of these kind of infrastructure projects in Oman. So let's hope and pray that our overall ties with this country in West Asia gets deeper and deeper, better and better, upwards and onwards from here. Although fair share of challenges are there, those need to be worked out, and a win-win situation has to be created almost all the times to find out solutions. So this is it from this video. I will now be meeting you for other videos on other topics which are very crucial for the UPSC civil services examinations, not only prelims but also mains. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. Keep studying, keep reading, keep writing, and most importantly, keep revising. Namaste. Jai Hind.